Hi everyone, this is Ruby Angulo, writer from the blog Love Yourself, Others Will Follow. And today I wanted to do a podcast. Just really, I was inspired today by watching some movie that's always inspirational for me, and also just really seeing what's going on right now, what's trending in the world. And just a lot of things are trending when it comes, always, I think, it's always trending. Negativity is always trending. Of course, I think the media is always trying to sell what sells the most, and that's negativity. Because most people in this world, believe it or not, are negative. They just want drama. They crave drama, and that's what they pay for. They have to give the viewers what they crave. So in because I was inspired of that, I wanted to conduct this just really short podcast entitled "Who Cares?" And honestly, that's pretty much straight to the point. Who cares? And what I mean by that is, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you laugh. Do what makes you jump. Do what makes you scream at the top of your lungs because of your joy, because of your happiness, because that's all that matters. Who cares? Who cares in this world about what you do? In reality, honestly, no one cares. I mean, some people may give you attention, can give you crap about what it is that you're doing, but understand that everyone is living their own reality. So if they are giving you something, they're basing it on their own reality. So if you really want to break it down at that point, then it's not that they really care about what it is that you do. They're only caring about what they're perceiving through their own reality. So again, who cares? I mean, they don't care. Even if they might say that they do, it doesn't matter. They don't. They're living their life the way that they were created to live their life, seeing it only through their eyes, seeing it only through their mind, feeling it only through their heart and their soul. And if they want to judge you based on that, then who cares? Do what makes you happy. Another thing is, who cares what your past looks like? No one cares. You might have this guilty conscience, or you might have this and that, and oh my God, I did this, and here I am trying to do this now. Who am I? I'm a big fraud, blah, blah, blah. These things. I mean, I personally, we've all experienced those things, but at the end of the day, who cares? Who cares? Because it doesn't matter what you did last year, 2 years from now, even 10 years from now. It doesn't matter. As long as what matters is what you do today. Because the world will not care what you do as long as you do something great and it benefits the world. You think, Mother Teresa's biography. They look back and all these things, and I'm sure there's people out there, and I'm sure actually there's people out there who talk bad about Mother Teresa, which there's a good and bad to everything. You just have to learn to accept that. There's gonna be people always talking ish about you because that's just what comes with success. It's normal. You need to learn to embrace that and just accept it and move on and not care about it. And then there's going to be people that you actually create a difference in their lives. So who cares at the point where people say things about your past or your own guilty conscience is there? Clear it up. As long as you know, now you're trying to do better, now you're trying to affect people's lives, now you're trying to change people's lives and really create a movement in this world. No one cares about your past. The only person that really cares about your past is yourself. And unless you can really accept the fact that because of your past you became the strong person that you are today, then your guilty conscience is what's really going to hold you back, not the people telling you anything. Because really, people can tell you words, but it's really how you perceive it, again, with the whole reality, how you perceive it. People can tell you one word, and because of your previous experiences, you can take that word into a whole nother content that they didn't even mean. So again, who cares? As long as you are doing now what is right, as long as now you're trying to do the right thing, you're right with God, you're right with what's inside of your heart and what's right inside, your the with what you want to do with what your passion. And no one cares, and you shouldn't care about what happened in your past, as long as you know what, today I'm doing better things, I'm a better person. So who cares? If you're going to judge me. I obviously, what I'm trying to say is not for you, and I'm not here to actually affect your life. So at this point, love people because we're all brothers and sisters, but don't care to that point where they're going to affect what happens in your life. Nobody should have that power over you. Another thing I would like to touch on is, who cares about what most are doing or saying? A lot of things that we find ourselves in, we've been molded into this society where we're all just following and doing the same thing. And even though inside our heart sometimes something speaks to us, there's a voice inside our mind that speaks to us and says, I really rather do this, but I'm being pressured to do this. don't do it. I mean, honestly, I believe, again, it's common sense, that we were all created with certain traits for a reason. If there's a voice inside our head, it's because it was meant to be there. We're meant to listen to it. If there's something that's calling us, is a vision that's been instilled in our mind, in our heart, in our soul, it's there for a reason. But yet we ignore the most natural thing in the world, which is that our spirit, our love, and we go and we follow the ego that has become the world now, and we follow that which is man-made, man-created. It's not something, I'm not saying that what man creates is unhealthy or unrealistic, but honestly, I believe that we were born with what we needed to succeed in this life, and then after we grow up and we're molded into this whole other thing. Follow what's in your heart, follow what's in your soul. It doesn't make sense that we were all created with unique DNA. Nobody in this world has your DNA. Nobody in this world has ever had your DNA. So why is it that you should go and do what others are doing? Why is it that you should go and listen to what others are doing? Why should they influence your life? Follow what's in your heart. If you know that you're doing good, who cares what other people say? Who cares? Who cares what they say? Because honestly, again, that's your message. It's not for them. And love them as people, have compassion, but don't let them control where your dreams are. Don't let them control your vision. Don't let them decide if you're going to fail or succeed in something. You should decide that. Your love for yourself, should decide that. And your happiness should decide that. Whatever you feel happy doing, do that. Whatever your passion is, whatever your calling is, do that, because that's what was put inside of you. That is in your DNA. So that is what you should follow. Not what other people say, not what the media says, not what any negative thing says. Any negative thing in this world wasn't created to empower anybody. It was meant to just stop people. And honestly, it's sad. A lot of people stop because of things like that. There's a lot of what we call dream stealers, and it's honestly, it's not they're not dream stealers. I mean, at the end of the day, I believe everything starts and ends with you. If you let them affect you, then you let them. Everything that goes inside your mind, you give it permission to go inside your mind. Everything that comes out of your mouth, you give it permission to go outside your mouth. So it all starts and ends with you. So again, who cares what people say? As long as you feel like this is for me, this is what I needed to do it. Because we were created to be happy. There's no sense in us to be sad, mad, angry, hateful. No, none of those emotions were naturally instilled in us. You should always do what makes you happy, because in return, if you are happy, then you create this environment of joy, and then the people around you will be affected by that, and in turn they will become happy. And those people that are around you, if they're not so happy, then obviously because you're joyous. I mean, I've had friends and some family members that don't really talk to me as much because they think I'm weird now because I'm all this trying to be as positive as I can. Well, you know what? I think I love it, because your positivity will repel the negativity and they will leave on their own. You don't even need to stop talking to them. Some of them you do, because they don't get the point. But do what makes you happy, because at the end, who cares what others say? Who cares what others do? Because no one cares. They're living their reality. You have people in your life, obviously, that you love. They love you, and they're going to be there no matter what. Those are the only people that, that you should just even probably take. Not, no, I would never say take advice, really. If it means giving up your happiness, no, do what makes you happy. Follow your heart, because we were born with that. It's not man-made. The feelings inside of us are not man-made. We were born with them. Always act in a state of love and trust. Follow it. Don't act in a state of fear. Fear is not something that we should follow. I was just listening to a podcast of somebody a couple of weeks ago about fear being instilled in us. Yeah, we were born with fear, but we need to react out of fear in a good way. Face our fears, react in it, and say, okay, there's fear here because I'm trying to get out. This is not my comfort zone. So now I know and I recognize that I need to do this to get out of my comfort zone so that I'm a girl. So again, I just wanted to do this little podcast because I believe that everybody should just do what they want to do with whoever they want to do, whatever they want to do. Just Whatever makes you happy, do it. As long as it's right. Because I do believe in karma. I'm sure most of you believe in karma. As long as what you're doing is for the betterment of this world, as long as what you're doing is going to help you help others, then do it. Do it. As long as you're right with God, you don't need anybody on your side. As long as you're right with the laws of the universe, you don't need anyone on your side, because that entity is bigger than anything here in this world. God is bigger than anything in this world, and if he created you the way that you are, it's for a purpose. If there's a passion inside of you, if there's a vision that just won't let up, do it. Do it. Because as long as you decide, I'm going to do this, I don't care who says anything, this is my happiness. And at the end of the day, honestly, no one's going to stay and sit down and really just guide you and say, okay, we've all been doing what we want to do. Let's go and help this person and do what they want to do. You will though have find people that once you start living your vision, start walking towards your vision, then God will also align you with the right people that will promote you and say, keep going, man, because I too am following my vision. I too went through what you're going through. So again, this is really just a short podcast. Just in reality, remember, no one cares. You make a big deal out of things that aren't really big deal. We were all created to be happy, to be loving, to be positive, to help this world become better. And if what you're doing is a calling, it's a vision, and it won't let up, who cares what other people do? Who cares what other people say? Because all you need is your mind, your thoughts, your heart, your soul, your spirit. And all you need is to be right with God, to be right with the universe. And that's all you need. You will be provided with the rest. But that is actually the principles of what you need. You were born with what you need. Everything else is just a perks. But you were born to succeed with what you were born to do. Let me reword my words there. You were born with what you need to succeed in this world already. Just follow your vision. Follow your heart. You have a conscience that tells you things. Follow those. Follow your gut feeling. Because you were born to succeed. And who cares what other people say? You shouldn't care. They really don't care. They're just basing it on their own reality. Who cares? You have your own DNA. So you were chosen specifically to become that what's inside your heart. So do it. Achieve it. Believe in it. Live it. Dream it. As long as you care, nothing can stop you from achieving your dreams. This is Ruby Angulo from Love Yourself, Others Will Follow. Again, I thank you all for taking some time to listen to my podcast, and I appreciate any comments you guys would want to leave behind.